This season is all about growing up, something we're loath to do, being gold diggers and all. Running an offshore resource extraction business is a strange job, but it's a way of life for many in Alaska. The 24/7 work week, the pay structure, and the attitudes in gold dredging are very similar to Alaska's second largest industry, commercial fishing.
It's not fish, it's freedom.
I find myself hiring more commercial fishermen than commercial divers because fishermen just get it. Alaska catches 60% of the U.S.'s wild-caught seafood, and the fishing business is the heart and soul of coastal Alaska. It's the economic lifeblood of dozens of Alaska's best coastal towns, with most boats run by independent operators as a family business. Boats is the key word here. The 9,000 fishing boats of Alaska are incredible vessels built by brilliant engineers, welders, and mechanics. They can cost millions of dollars, and the dirty secret is many of them don't make much more money than a good gold dredge in a summer season. So what the heck is wrong with the gold dredges? As you know from watching our channel and Bering Sea Gold, boat is far too rich of a term for many of the gold-seeking rafts that grace the Bering Sea. There are many reasons, but I'll focus on two: financial and cultural. Unlike commercial fishing operations, gold dredges aren't financeable, and they're not insurable. So you have to build your operation from the gold in your pocket. Even the Eroica, humble as she looks, would cost you a pretty penny. If a fisherman sinks his boat, he's going to get a big check from the insurance company and a nasty raise on his premium. You sink your dredge? Well, good luck. Culturally, many fishermen grew up working on boats. Gold miners come from all walks of life. For some, the only boat they've ever seen was a party pontoon on a lake in Minnesota, and it shows. Thankfully, we have a very nautical crew right now. Each of our divers has worked in the fishing business. Mark was a captain on a seiner in Prince William Sound. Ross was an engineer in Bristol Bay. Dan and Alex built boats together in Homer. With this amount of talent, now is the time to start to implement some best practices from the fishing industry. Last year, we completely rebuilt the hull. This episode, we are ripping out our sketchy 12-volt electrical system that's, a decade old or so, and replacing it with one designed by a master electrician down in Homer. We're also installing a proper helm, heating, and exhaust systems. Having a dredge that's up to commercial standards makes everyone safer, happier, and more productive. More productive means more gold in the box, and it's something we can all be proud of. So let's get to work.
We got the whole team together. It's May 20th. I will estimate 11 days. That's my guess. 11 days till we're really looking at some open harbor.
I'm gonna say 8 days is my guess here. We actually got rain this morning, and there's supposed to be some rain later this week. Rain is a big part of knocking the snow out, so that's why.
Dude, it is go time. And it's everything at once too, right?
You see what I see?
No. Oh.
Blue water out there.
Blue.
Yeah.
So every day we leave the house, someone's like forgetting something. Yeah.
And today I was the one.
We always know. So,
I forgot something today.
So you can see the floor is like muddy, icy, just cold, damp.
Unlikable.
A good day for a good pair of boots and warm socks, right?
I got the warm socks part, but I forgot the boots part. I had to leave the cabin, grab something out of the van, had my Crocs on, and forgot to switch them out for boots. So until Alex gets here, I'm wearing Crocs. Actually, my feet are my least cold part. My hands are worse. So,
yeah, buddy.
I ain't really complaining. I'm just watching my step more than anything.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't get those piggies wet.
If I step in water, that's when my feet will be cold.
Yeah.
Are you prospecting already?
I can't help it. It's just like, do we have gold in here? Just one little gold nugget, that's all I want. This stuff is getting thinner and thinner the more the rocks are scraping on here. I'm looking at some of this, it usually ends up breaking like right in this zonage. Look at how razor thin that is. It's about to just dissolve into nothing. So we need a new one of these, and also the other side. This probably is supposed to be about a 1/4 inch thick, and it's down to maybe an 1/8. Here's the riffles that all the gold gets stuck underneath, and they're just getting more away so much. The riffles are getting smaller and smaller. Maybe it helps us catch it. I don't know. Definitely need more of this.
More screen?
Yeah, it's smooth, and that's the sign that it's about to blow through. It's starting to fall apart. Yeah, look, when you look at how thin.
Oh gosh.
Razor thin.
Yeah.
So starting to do a little sketch here for the electrical system of what we need and where it's out on the boat. So you got, just basically the outboards, got our winch for the sluice box. These are your capstans. Right now we kind of have like, oh, we needed a new charger or we need this thing to work, and we just kind of hook it to batteries. Never really went through a fuse or anything, we just kind of just made it work. So we're actually gonna redesign this whole thing. So we're actually putting the batteries from the house, they were here, and then we had the outboard motor batteries out on the deck. It's all gonna go down in that pontoon.
What I'm working on is building the floor inside the pontoons on both sides so that we can have all of our batteries down out of the way. I'm gonna get down here in this crawl space. What I did last year, flooring right here, just to step on, I'm just gonna continue on over here. And there'll be an electric panel attached to one of the sides with all of our switches and access to all of our electrical.
This was our battery box in the past years. So you can see all the rust. This is all getting exposed. We had a problem with these coming loose all the time. These aren't really the right ends that you need for your cables and stuff. This is our connector for the starboard.
It's getting pretty juicy.
Yeah, so you can see this is our fuse, this is our breaker fuse for it right here, and this goes to the winch, the deck winch. Oh, that's looking bad. Anything like that, because of the exposure. Obviously heat, we really can't even watch it here. If we actually have it all in one space and it's like visible, when we're down in the pontoons, we can actually go down there and go, oh, take that off, clean it. Right now it's just kind of out of the way, nobody really pays attention to it. It'll actually get the weight lower as well, which is always important on a boat. But this will be all, mostly the big stuff will be down in the pontoons, and then all the smaller wiring, 10 gauge less is going to go run through that dash panel that we have. So the professional wire strippers, not. We're getting it done. We're getting it done. So this is like kind of like our control board down below so we have a automatic charger relay. So we're gonna have a charger up in the cabin. They'll have a wire that'll come down that whenever one of the batteries is lacking power, it'll open up this relay and allow the charge to go both directions. So yeah, and then this is like our bus bars. These will actually have fuses that go on top of them. This one, the port, will have the foot valve, cap stand, the inverter, I believe, on this one. Then the other one will be the other cap stand, the starboard. It will have the sluice box winch, and then it'll have the main house feed for the house panel on it. And then we'll have a few extra if we need to add stuff later on. Once we get into the house, that'll kind of be all of our depth finders, our radios, heaters, all that kind of stuff. Lights will all be controlled there in the cabin. But this is kind of the main hub for everything that we're putting together right now. So, yep, it's easier to actually make your wire first, and then we'll actually screw these down once we actually figure out where we need to be. So we got a few days here. We got 5 or 6 days until, at the earliest, the water's going to break up. But my goal today is have these panels done and the wiring for the cap stands connected to them. Dan is actually putting in the goosenecks for me, so we can actually run the wire down into the pontoons for me today. And then we're going to put the tabs in for bolting this panel up to the wall in the pontoon as well. We can stay working. We'll be done before the ice melts. Hopefully have a day to have a like even a campfire, do some hot dogs, sit in the hot tub, you know, relax for a day or two, not just have to like rush into the water and then go diving right away. That's the hope.
In the next 90 seconds, I'm going to tell you how you can meet our crew and see the Eroica operating in person in Nome. Nome is in Alaska's Arctic region. It's one of the least visited and least populated areas, and it's the last real frontier in America. Everyone's seen it on TV before. You've seen the bears, you've seen the tundra, you've seen the northern lights and the end of the Iditarod. It's so remote that it's really difficult to see in person, which is why I want to tell you, if you want to have a real adventure in Alaska's Arctic region and find real gold like we do, there's only one way to do it, and that's at AKAU Golden Resort. It sits on Anvil Creek, which is at the heart of Nome's original gold rush.
Oh my gosh. Look at that thing. Oh, wow.
It's right over there, 5 minutes in.
It's that easy, huh?
That's incredible.
They also offer you four-wheelers to ride, fishing trips, and anything else you might need in the wildest region of America. I love this place so much, I hosted a trip there in 2023 with 20 guests, and it was awesome. And I want to do something similar this year. If you visit AKAU this summer and sign up for the Bering Sea Gold package, my crew will give you a personal demonstration of the Eroica, and you'll get to have dinner with me at the camp. So go to emilysalaska.com, no apostrophes, and check it out. Thanks so much.
This floor's getting slick again. Oh, careful, David. Making me nervous, man. Cool.
Oh, I hope it's enough. I'm gonna chop it up, weld it on there.
That looks thick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really.
So we got a 5 foot by 4 foot sheet, a quarter aluminum plate, 50-52.
Alloy.
And that's what they're gonna need to modify this thing more fully.
Precision.
Making a cut plan for our cams. We built these last year and they basically just hold down everything in the sluice box. But we also need this material for our electrical. This is a very, very durable plastic. This looks like a nice cam. This didn't get beat on too hard. The other ones are like basically splintered out. So this stuff is super durable. It'll last way longer than this wood panel. Basically, like everything, all of our switches and everything underneath in the pontoons. So I'm just gonna trace these out. There it is. Here's one of them. Whoa! The thing here is the lack of table space as well. I need to be able to clamp this onto something. All right, that's all 8 of them. Whole stack of them here. Now I've just got to drill out this hole, and then I can replace them.
So we're gonna do some redecorating and gonna move some things around. I think it's gonna be really exciting.
Oh wow, more projects.
Yeah. So we're talking about doing a little cabin revamp. This is the tender station. This is the driving station. We're gonna try to consolidate and have them all into one. So get rid of this, get rid of my beloved ambiance-rich stove and replace it with a boring heater somewhere in the cabin. When I first bought this boat 10 years ago, having a dredge cabin was a novelty and considered a luxury. But now that we're trying to bring our boat up to classic commercial standards, the cabin is screaming for an upgrade. You see, a lot has to happen here in a tiny space. You have to drive a boat, tend a diver, and often navigate around a diver's bare behind as they strip down between shifts. Keep your eyes on the horizon. This is key. A proper commercial vessel would have a single control station where the captain can sit and see over the bow, drive, navigate, and have organized fuses and switches to operate all the electronics. Right now, we have a standing helm and a separate tender station. Our wiring is a mess and the controls are all over the place, floor, wall, and ceiling. If we eliminate the current helm and combine it with the tending station, it will be a huge upgrade and free up a ton of room. And since we've already ripped out the steering and wiring, this is the perfect time to do it. But it adds another huge project into the team's list, and with the ice melting fast, I'm worried we've bitten off more than we can chew. But, of course, we're gonna go for it anyway.
I really like the concept of having a seat to when you're driving and a seat when you're being the tender. Sounds good.
Whoa, fancy. You mean a seat that's not like
that's a really
piece of like plywood with like ass prints in it from years and years of sitting? It's gotten to the point, the plywood is so deteriorated from all the butts that are sitting on it. You can literally, you can see butt cheek and butt cheek, and then this little like center board here, this 2x4, is like prevailing, and so eventually this is all just going to erode away, and it's just going to be sitting on a 2x4 tending for the diver. So it might be a good time to replace the system.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beef up the dredge and the gold will follow. 800 ounces, 800 ounces, 800 ounces, 800 ounces. Woo!
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
This outboard project continues to get more complicated here. The helm is moving forward maybe 4 or 5 feet. The outboards are moving back a foot. All of a sudden, nothing we have is long enough. So this is every single preseason, you know what I mean? It's like you get this like scope creep, you know, this mission creep. Things are either, it's like opportunistic where you're like, oh shoot, we got to do this project right now that we didn't realize we could do. This preseason I thought we were like ready for, and we're kind of not really. It's a little bit like scary right now, but we're just going to tackle these things one at a time. What do you got there?
The master plan for our new captain's seat with the platform around it.
All right.
I know, pretty professional.
It's extremely professional.
Yep. My dad used to grab like a piece of wood and write his list on a piece of wood or whatever was laying around, so I'm gonna follow suit.
You're digressing into cardboard.
Yeah, cardboard, yeah.
Cardboard, it's like the people's wood, you know?
Yeah.
One piece. If I just install this, that means I'm committed to some kind of a design. And I'm kind of figuring it out as I go along, which is usually bad. I got that basic idea. The old upside down jigsaw trick. Seems legit. About there. That pretty much exhausts all of my planning that I had. That's as far as it goes. Back to the drawing plate.
This first part is kind of just making the new seat and a platform for the captain, like the captain spot. And there'll be a new dash right here. I've got a measurement out to where the dash is gonna come out to. From the dash to right here is kind of our platform, our standing platform. You can stand here. Basically, there's gonna be like a step up, and then there's gonna be a seat right here. You can turn around, here's your dash. And then our heater, the heater is not gonna be blowing right here. We're actually gonna turn it, and it's gonna get a pipe, and it's gonna turn on a 90, and it's gonna come straight this way. Last year I was trying to start the propane one, and I was like, oh, this isn't working, how dumb. And so I shut it, and I didn't realize that the propane was actually still on. And at the time, we were still running the diver air in here because there was no carbon monoxide. And I realized, I went out to check the carbon monoxide reader, and it was reading like off the charts, and Dan was diving. And I was like, oh no. So I like ran in here, I told him, I said, hey, carbon monoxide's not good right now. And I came back in here and it smelled like propane. So I was like, that's why, that's what was going on. This heater, we've got it vented outside. So we actually have a diesel container just outside right here. It's just easier, it's better. It's gonna warm the cabin a lot better. And we don't have a fire inside the cabin. And we don't gotta fill up propane bottles opposed to just filling a diesel container.
So this one's gonna go, well, we can go here.
Around.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around the outside of it. So it's gotta bend up into there.
Something like this.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Yeah, it's not the right way, but so you gotta be really careful. So these are like flat on one end and we're gonna say raised on the other end. So this flat end is what you really want to go in to make your connection.
You can buy the gold that comes right out of this sluice box. Once you're on our website, you have a couple of options. You see, pay dirt is kind of like a Jack and Coke. You've got the Coke and the ice, and similarly, you have sand and minerals mixed in with the gold that you have to pan yourself, just like we do. Now, beautiful gold in a vial is a different story. It's like scotch, which is my favorite. Neat, just straight, beautiful, clean gold in a vial delivered directly to you. Every gram is guaranteed to be mined right here in the good old US of A. If you want 10% off your first order of pay dirt, you can sign up for our email newsletter and get exclusive reports from our crew. You can find the link in the description or the first comment below.
Not coming off.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll
Rotate anyway.
Yeah, we'll put the bolts on, and then we'll move it where we want it.
Making sure that it didn't
Yep. No.
go any weird way.
No.
You
Perfect.
have more of this?
No, we need to go get some more.
Yes, we do. 'Cause we're burning a lot more wire.
We've got one speed square, so this is my speed square. It's square enough for woodwork, right?
Square enough for us.
Square enough for, yes. I'm gonna do the frame of the whole thing, of the platform and of the seat, and then I'll fill it in with all of my plywood. And the seat actually is gonna have like, I'll leave it open for now, but if we wanna put shelves in there, we'll be able to like store stuff underneath the seat. Or maybe we just leave it open and maybe it's for like our life jackets or something. Like in a cabin this small, you just don't waste any space at all. So I'll try to like tiny home it. Here's my master plan. Really pretty awesome, huh? I did buy a notepad today at AC. I know.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be spending all my coin before we get gold, but
There's really no sign of the Bering Sea accepting boats at this time. Like, it's You know, you look out, I'm driving right now looking out over the horizon, and I'm seeing blue, but it's far out there. So things could move really fast if you get rain, high temperatures. You know, you have the rivers flowing out into the ocean. They help to break the ice up. We don't want to be in the worst case scenario where we can't get out there till June 10th. We need the boat to work right away. We need the boat to be out mining and producing right away. We need to make sure these guys come in hot on good ground, and we get gold in the sluice box as soon as possible, because these guys need to know this job is still a paying job. So the burden's on us to try to get out there and be as ready as possible, have all systems going, and be able to get in the water and get on gold as soon as possible. There's no guarantees in this business, and these guys understand that intellectually, but the heartbreaking thing is when, you know the gold is out there and you can't mine it for whatever reason, whether it's weather or ice. You have 6 hungry men, 1 hungry woman. When we see that ice go out, we're gonna be ready to go. The job of the dredge owner is to have the big picture in your head at all times. You're not just wrenching on things, you're seeing the guys, you're running errands, you're just picking up, moving logistics along, picking up tools. Basically, you're thinking, like, what can I do to make these guys' jobs easier and accomplish these jobs? You know, you're making things possible. Oh, so much stuff. These guys have skills that I do not have. And I mean, I might not have the capacity to weld a beautiful bead like Dan does, but I can certainly use the tools I've learned over the years to make whatever we need possible. Telltale signs of a nice mining operation. Shack on skids, sluice box, pump, motor on skids. Just evidence of a long, cold, hard season right there. Nome is like the famous end of the Iditarod. It's famous because there was a diphtheria outbreak and nobody could get here to get medicine unless you had some dogs and a sled. So it's off the road system completely. Thousands of miles of tundra between here and civilization. You could only get here via boat or plane. So all of the cargo, all parts, tools, everything is either barged in or flown in. That makes logistics here just insanely difficult. This time of year especially, it's like it's high demand. Like we're funding Northern Air Cargo right now, basically. We're paying the salaries. Your entire season can hinge upon whether a part got here or not. Damn, we really had to extend these guys out. This is a project we did not expect to have. Ooh, you building the new helm?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, what up, man? Oh, there's even like a little step. Like I'm pretending to drive.
There you go.
Vroom, vroom. What? Oh, you can even, this is cool. It feels good backing out, actually. Like it's better vantage point than I expected. Dude, honestly, this looks so much better than I ever anticipated. Just like the vantage point, the way it's all laid out, like the bench, like this is amazing. Love the stepping stone. I feel bad, I already got it kind of muddy.
Oh, that's right.
My apologies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll footrest. An alarm. See, we don't get tired, you know? Yeah, we're going fast this year.
Yeah, we are. That's why you gotta sit down. It's dangerous.
Driver's wheel. Strap in. Let's go. Yeah, this is gonna be sweet. And then the comms here. Just stand on the thing. beep, 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 beep. And then this can be some kind of storage right here. I don't know. Same with over here.
That's a good life jackets.
Life jackets, yeah.
Alex, by chance did you grab my boots out of the grow hut?
I forgot.
Oh, serious?
Nervous about it. Putting the air compressor up right now. It's always like a nerve-wracking thing because if we lose this piece of equipment, it's bad news for this operation. We have to get a new one of these if it broke. It's expensive, but worse, it's time-consuming.
Don't try this at home, kids. Perfect. Look at that. Aren't they cool? Way that air's moving. Dude, it's actually sucking.
Good.
That
should get warm, and that should...
Well, it's so directional too.
Yeah.
Take it off so we can hear the sound. That's why we're doing this, it's our exhaust. This is how you keep up with hygiene in Nome.
Today I'm actually starting to run wires down in the pontoons. It's kind of hard to see here, you got it behind this C channel here. But basically all this is 290 degrees on a pipe that allows us to have air or wires going into the pontoon without water getting in. Dan built this one for an air vent. If you look at the welds on there, he's got these 45s cut. We're trying to run wire through that one, and the inside is sharp, so we can't really probably run wire through that one. And that's why we're gonna start on the port side. Because like I said, just this one wire, you can see right here on the bottom of this gooseneck, that is just one ground wire to the cap stand. And you can see it's, you know, by the time I put the red one in, it's gonna take up 30%, maybe 40% of that space. And that is the biggest wire we have going in and out though. So from there on, they're a little smaller. But anyways, that's what we're trying to figure out today.
Right here, where the two pipes meet, there's a little gap where the tip of the very first wire is hooked into it. Just doesn't want to go. It's so nice of it. So I'm gonna try and find a long screwdriver and just slip up in there and pop it loose. Sweet. Well, we ran this a little bit earlier. Here's what we ran now. These wires will be going to various winches across the boat and or starter, charger. All of this will be wired into our bus bar here. We got emergency shutoffs for the engine.
ACR, automatic charging relay.
Automatic charging relay. This one will switch from charging, so on and so forth. Grounds going to this bar, everything going. Power from here. We'll have our battery down here in a big old battery box. And it'll be much better than having it scattered across the deck.
For sure.
We have a plywood deck. If we have a wire just spark off because it wasn't put together right, there goes your deck, which is everything.
And yeah, the whole boat. So I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, so everything needs to be planned out beforehand and meticulously ran. Really just time consuming.
Hey,
Hey.
what's going on?
How you doing?
We're good.
Are you gonna throw a wake for your beard?
Yeah, we'll have to do something like, you know,
Some kind of
they might,
ceremony?
well, shave it and then we'll do the Viking thing. I think we'll light it on fire, just like watch it all burn.
We should make a little like skiff or that little
Yeah, a little float, like send it
off,
out,
and
yeah.
then, like, throw
We'll
like,
shoot it-
a
we'll
match.
Shoot it with a flaming arrow.
Exactly.
exactly.
I mean, we should get a little.
It's gonna be a sad
archery.
day.
I didn't think it was sad.
Except we'll be getting gold.
That means we'll
I
be
guess that
getting
mean it won't be that sad if we're actually underwater.
I feel like a clear ocean is imminent.
Eli actually has his boots today, so that's a good thing. So he's actually
That's
not like.
a good sign.
He's like, I went all day without getting my feet wet with Crocs on. I'm like, well, that means you probably really didn't work as hard
much,
as you did.
yeah.
So new systems, generators are gonna have new spots once we're done. So this is gonna be our new hot water system, obviously you guys got for us. So it's got a lovely 8-inch exhaust, so a lot of gas is gonna be going out. So we need to get it high
Yeah.
out of the cabin. So what we got,
Yeah, it's a freaking torpedo.
it really is, it's a jet engine, and it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
so we just took a hose clamp. And we had enough threads that we could actually
That's so cool.
get the radius and just put it on the back so it holds it here, and then we'll just use these clamps to hold it in. So that's kind of what we came up with today. So we got our new snacks right here, down along inside the C channel there.
Dang, what? That's amazing.
So that one's gonna be for air, and the back one's gonna be for electrical. Hey, all right, Eli, the big red one. Tell me when. Good. Okay, small red one. Good. Elijah? Good. Elijah, don't kill me. Take that off and put it on the top. I changed my mind. Kids. They always want to tell you exactly what they think. It's not retarded. It's just the other one will come over from the side and it can come up under and that'll be fine. Working with family is fun. It is. It's great.
They just got to know we know better, you know?
Now I know how my dad felt. My dad and I worked together for 25 years in a business. But working with family is great, but the kids can be a real pain. I'm sure I was a really pain to him. So sorry, Dad, for all those years of gray hairs. I know how you felt now, especially with Eli. Got it?
Yep.
So we're going to put hot on and just wait for the ground to close the circuit?
Well, this one we can ground because we have the bus bar for the ground here. The other side we're missing one is the problem.
Are we, that's going to make everything hot though, right?
No, because the switches are off.
Because the switches are off here.
Oh, that's what switches are for.
Exactly. It's kind of like we bought them for a reason, right?
Disconnect the batteries.
Just need the perfect piece of metal. You know what I mean?
The perfect piece of metal's out there. Don't ever give up looking for it.
Guess this'll do. Bit of that. Bit of this. We're getting there. run out. Every welder knows. The beloved inch and an eighth. It's the one that fits on the argon. Their favorite.
Let's see. The outboard weighs 375. Not quite that high, but
Try to push the boat.
I can hop on your back, Dad.
Push the boat 15 knots and see how strong it is.
Ross called me yesterday. He said he'd be willing to come up this weekend if we need some extra help. What do you think?
a little bit more.
If we can be ahead of schedule,
Yeah, that's
it's just a win. Why would we say no? Yeah, who else is going to untangle this TIG torch? You know, I can't do this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of big jobs for him.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, dude. How are you?
Weird day, but I'm getting there.
Right on. You know, I was talking to Dan. I think we could use your help this weekend if you want to come up. We're getting mission creep here. Like, our projects are getting away from us.
Well, let me get back to you. I'll confirm. I'll try and get a flight and I'll figure some stuff out. It's probably going to shift stuff for me at work a little bit. I'll get back to you guys.
All right, let's talk tonight.
Okay, sounds good, man. I'll
All
talk
right.
to you later.
Thanks, Ross. See ya.
What do you say?
Yeah, he's coming.